welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is CBay for those of you who are new to this channel, and for those of you who are returning subscribers, yo, what's up? If you haven't already, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you leave a like, comment down below if you anything you want, turn the bell so you can receive notification every time I post, and share the link with your friends so you can have them subscribing as well. Guys, welcome to yet another episode of 2121, and today's video is 21 before 21. So I'm just going to be sharing a few thoughts, a few lessons, just, my two bob in life, and, all the things that I've learned and would like to share with you guys. And you guys can also comment down in the section below the things that you've learned and you'd want people to know. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, let's get into 21 before 21. Number one is that motivation does not last, discipline does, right? So the reason I say this is I just feel like, man, a lot of these things are just my feelings, my lessons, my thoughts, my two bob woman. So I just feel like motivation is temporary satisfaction. Like, it heals and comforts and confronts whatever you're going through in that moment, and that excitement and joy lasts that moment, and then you do what you need to do in that moment, and then if you look for that motivation again and you don't get it again, you won't do what you need to do. Whereas with discipline, if you train yourself and know that, okay, every single day at this time I need to be doing this, and this is how I am doing it, and this is why I am doing it, and you stick to doing that, I feel like that's where habits and things like that grow, and that's how things last. So I don't think motivation lasts, I think discipline lasts, right? Number two is that I feel like if you cannot survive without something, it is controlling you. All right. So I give like my pencil smokers, but we like you need to, but let me put it in terms of social media, an addiction that I had. I was very addicted to social media, and I knew that I was in control of it because I couldn't live without it. And this is how I know I couldn't live without it. I woke up, I was on it. I went to bed, I was on it. I was in the bathroom, I was in the kitchen, I was on it. I needed to know what was going on. I needed to know what was trending. I needed to know, I needed to like, I needed to follow, I needed to unfollow, I needed to comment, I needed to do all these things. And listen to what I'm saying. I felt like it's a need. It was a need. Like, if I didn't do it, something was going to be off. So that's number two. If you cannot live without something, it is controlling you. Number three is that I feel like comparison kills joy. I think in life, everybody is on their own path. And the moment you start comparing yourself to somebody else, I feel like that's where you start living somebody else's life. I feel like you envy that. If you're comparing yourself to somebody, I feel like it's from an envious point, because it's like, man, I wish I had that. But I mean, I could have that. So I feel like when you're in that comparison mood, you're chasing somebody else's dream, you're chasing somebody else's lifestyle, you are so focused on what they're doing so that you can do it and do it better. Or if not, like, you don't see any good in yourself because you're looking at them, you can see they're good, you can see what they're doing, you see that they're performing, you don't even see the blessings and the great things that are happening to you. So nothing's gonna make you happy. You even gonna forget what makes you happy because you are so focused on somebody else. So that is how I feel about comparison. I feel like comparison kills joy, right? Oh, I have my tablet down here, so if I look down, I am, yeah. And then number four is that I feel like practice makes progress. It does not make perfect. I feel like there's no such thing as being perfect. You can't get everything right, or you can't get something right to the full extent. I don't know, but I feel like there's no perfect. I just feel like there is no perfect. I feel like we're human. I feel like we make mistakes. I feel like sometimes we leave some things out, and sometimes they're just things that we don't see with our own naked eye and other people can see. So I feel like practice makes progress. You get better at something so that you can one day become the best. But I don't believe in it makes perfect. So that's just my standpoint, that practice makes progress and not perfect. because there's no such thing as perfect. And then number 5 is that self-love is the best kind of love. I feel like if you cannot love yourself, if you cannot respect yourself, if you cannot forgive yourself, and if you cannot be kind to yourself, you see those 4 things. If you cannot love, respect, forgive, and be kind to yourself, it is going to be very difficult to do those things with other people and to accept that from other people. You understand that? Like sometimes you find it hard to believe that people could actually love you, or people can forgive you and move on from what happened, or that, you know, people can actually respect you or trust you. Or sometimes you just feel like those things are not there, and that's because you don't even see it and do it for yourself. So self-love is the best kind of love. It's the first kind of love, and it's the most important kind of love to practice. And then we're gonna go to number 6, and number 6 is know what you bring to the table. Know what you bring to the table. Do not afford to not know what you bring to the table. Do not afford to not know what you are capable of. Do not afford to not know. Do not afford to not know, guys. Like, do not afford to not know what you bring to a table. Know your worth, know your abilities, know your skills, know what it is that you bring to a table. You cannot afford to come into people's lives and be confused. Know what your purpose is. Know what you were there for. That makes it easier for yourself, and it makes it easier for everybody else, you know. So yeah, know what you bring to the table. Number 7 is listen more and talk less, right? I feel like listen more and talk less is something that I want to practice in this new year. I feel like when you listen, you learn. When you learn, you grow. When you grow, you know, you can do more, you know, you can be better. So I feel like when you talk, you can't talk and listen. You need to do one thing at a time. So I feel like if you want to focus, if you want to learn things, if you want to observe what is going on around you and be able to read the room, analyze what's what, who's what, you need to listen first to the type of conversations that people have. You need to listen to what people say so that you can know the type of person that they are, the type of things that they like, the type of things that they engage in, so that you can also know if this is somebody that you want to associate yourself with, is this somebody that you want to talk to, XYZ. So I feel like we need to listen more and talk less. And then the next thing is that read. You guys are probably like, what lesson is that? What lesson or what thought is that? I feel like we need to keep educating ourselves. You know, the way that I was talking about, you know, listening more and talking less. I feel like with reading, you are grasping all that information and all that knowledge. You are learning about something, and when you don't understand what it is that you're reading about, you are more eager to find out. So you go and you do your research and you find out what it is so you can understand what it is that you're reading. So I feel like when we read and keep educating, like educating ourselves, I mean, a person can never know enough. So I feel like we need to keep educating ourselves. I feel like if there's one thing that destroys us as people, is a lack of knowledge, and a lack of knowledge in all aspects, spiritually, financially, socially, academically, everything. It's a lack of knowledge, and a lack of knowledge comes from lack of reading, and lack of reading also like lack of listening. Like, you need to understand, like, there is a time for everything, there is a season for everything, and I feel like in this year we need to enter our season of reading. Amen. We need to enter our season of reading. I feel like we need to educate ourselves. People, like, you can never know enough about something, you know. You can always be better at something, and I feel like also we just need to grow. I feel like reading is it's a habit or a hobby or a skill that everybody must have. I feel like it's the same thing as research, because in that way we can't teach you everything. Some things you need to teach yourself, some things you need to learn yourself, some things you need to do yourself. And that leads me to the next lesson: embrace your mistakes. It is okay to make mistakes, but make your own mistakes, you know? Yeah, embrace your mistakes. That's all I can say. That's the only thing I can say. Embrace your mistakes, own them, take responsibility for them. If you're doing something wrong, or if you did something wrong, accept that what you did was wrong. It was not okay, you know, and learn from that so that you don't do it and like the next time, you know, because a mistake is okay like the first time, but the more you keep on doing it, it's a choice now. It's something that you are choosing to do. It's no longer a mistake, you know, because you do something and you know it's wrong and it hurts, like, oh, okay, I made a mistake, and then you come back to your senses and you learn from that mistake. But if you repeat that mistake, then you're making a choice to live that mistake. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't know what number we're on, but I'm just gonna keep going with the next thing. All right, the next thing is that I feel like connection without hard work is nothing. I personally feel like everybody's work speaks for them. I feel like connection just has one foot in the door, you know, like that's like one foot in the door, you know. I feel like connection, that's an opportunity, you know, that's hope. But I feel like somebody's work will always speak for them. Somebody's work will always speak for them. I know of like great artists and great talents and everything who have worked really, really hard to get to where they were, and connections only came like towards now when they're already there. But they've been working hard from the get-go. Like, they've put in the work and they've done everything, and then the connections came as time. And people admire your work more than they admire who you know, if I'm being honest. But yeah, that's a chat for another day. That's a chat for another day. Another lesson is that nobody owes you anything. You owe you. That's what you must know. You're the only person that owes you to invest in yourself. You're the only person that owes you to believe in yourself. You're the only person that owes you to encourage yourself. You're the only person that owes you to love yourself. You are the only person that owes you. Nobody owes you. Nobody owes you a business deal. Nobody owes you support. Nobody owes you money. Nobody owes you security. Nobody owes you anything. And I feel like the faster we are able to understand and to grasp that, we will lose the sense of entitlement, the sense of, yo, Mara, Chungi, I'm your friend, you're supposed to, yeah, you know, I was there, so you were supposed, like, no. I feel like we need to, I feel like the more, like, this thing makes me so mad. This thing makes me so mad. But I feel like, guys, the reason people are so self-entitled, or that there's a lot of like entitlement going around, is because people feel like people owe them stuff. It's like when you feel like somebody owes you because you've done something for that person. Like, if you were doing something for somebody, let it be out of the goodness of your heart. Do not do something for somebody because you're expecting something back, because the moment you do that, you feel entitled to getting a reward or getting something in return for what you did. And the moment you feel entitled to doing that, that's where the whole complication comes in. So I just feel like we need to grasp that nobody owes us anything, and that we owe ourselves everything. We need to invest in ourselves. We need to educate ourselves. We need to love, respect, trust ourselves. We need to put ourselves out there. We need to hustle for ourselves. We need to connect ourselves. If you want to have connections, make those connections yourself. Don't have somebody, you know what I always tell myself? I cannot have somebody advocate me and who I am and my brand, because I feel like I'm the only person who knows how to do that. I feel like I know best where I come from, who I am, what I stand for, you know, why I started something, why it is where it is today, where I went wrong, what went right. So I feel like I'm the only person who can advocate for me, you know. And the moment you feel like, you know, somebody needs to advocate for you when you're not around, nobody owes you that, you know. Like, we can mention your name, sure, like, oh yeah, you know, I know a photographer, let me tell you about a good photographer. I'm just giving an example. So we'll be sitting like in a place, right, and then we'll just be talking, oh yeah guys, you know, I need a photographer. Andy Creations is a good photographer, you know, shots by Dope Boy. Those people on Instagram, you can go check them out. Those are really good photographers. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can go see their work. Their work is there. Their hard work is there. You can see where they started and where they're going. Like, you're not gonna go there and look at who's liking them, whose pictures they've taken. It's not about that. You're gonna go there and look at them and see if their work is something that you like, and then that's how you're gonna invest in them. So I feel like that's just about that. Connection is like, it's nothing. It's nothing without hard work. Like, you can know whoever you wanna know, or you can be the daughter or girlfriend or president of whoever, but I feel like if your work doesn't speak for you, you'll be there for a second. But that chippies, you know, when you're exciting for just that moment, just because, you know, you're mang what. Let's more and a fast. Let's more and a fast. Okay, and then not everybody is going to like you. That is the next point. Not everybody is going to like you, and that is okay. And I feel like the moment you understand this is where we'll stop seeking validation from people. And I know this, and I'm saying this because I feel like we often get to stages in our lives where we seek validation from everybody. We want to be told we look pretty. We want to be told we smell nice, you know. We want to be told that, yo, I'm so proud of you, congratulations. We want to be told all these good things. And then you have those people who tell you all these ugly things. Like, really? Is that all you could do? Yo, bro, your forehead is so big, it's like that whole screen. Like, you're not even that pretty. Hit the gym, or, you know, why are you even here? Do you think you're smart enough? We have all these people who are able to get to us so quickly because we want them to like us. We just want everybody to like us. And it's not possible. Like, it's not possible. Up to that point, what I can say is that people will talk. Good, bad, pretty, ugly. I feel like people will always talk because people's mouths don't stop running. Like, wanna drink water and mind your own business. I feel like that is one phrase that nobody cares about. Like, nobody. Like, at all. Okay, I'm lying. Maybe 0.1% care. But, like, I feel like people just can't mind their own business. They must just know what other people are doing, and they must just talk about what they're doing. It has absolutely no value. It adds absolutely no value to you what the next person is doing. Also, like, this thing of, like, keeping track of, like, the people who hurt us and what they did to us and where they are in lives and if they're making it, so that we can laugh and so that we can rain on their parade and make it worse. That does not make you better than them. You are just like them. So I feel like life is like king in never rutang cycle chain of life, chain of ndondon. So yeah, I just feel like people are gonna talk, whether it's good. When it's good, people are gonna talk. When it's bad, you know, when it's pretty, people are gonna talk. When it's ugly, people are gonna talk. Either way, people's mouths don't stop running. They're always gonna talk about something. And maybe, baby girl, you're the main events. Like, your life is just way more interesting than theirs. And it's okay. It's okay. Like, people are gonna talk, and I think we just need to understand that people are gonna talk, and we need to accept that people are gonna talk. And the moment we accept that, we will not be bothered by them talking. We will understand that we have our own things to do, and just because they don't have something to do, they'll talk about what I'm doing. So that's just how I feel about people who talk. They're just gonna keep running their mouths. And then the next thing is that it is okay to miss out. I think that is one thing that, you see, when I come back and reflect on this year at the end of the year, and I have went back on these things that I've mentioned today. Like a baptism in the Atlantic Ocean. Like, but like, yeah, it's okay to miss out. Like, I think we need to outgrow Fomo. I feel like that is a dumb fear. I feel like, but if I'm being honest, I feel like it's a dumb fear. I feel like you can't be at everything. You can't know everybody. You can't like everybody. You can't attend everything every week, every day. Bro, you have a life. You have things to do. You need to get your act together. You can't be everywhere with everybody, doing everything. Come on. So I feel like we just need to outgrow FOMO. We need to outgrow this fear of missing out. you know, my parents used to always tell me, like, let's all focus on what you need to do. Monate a o ye felo o ka se tšhabe monate no le gona nako tsela le gona and o sa le gona no. Do you understand what I'm saying? And like the more I grow is the more that I realize that's so true. Like groove is not going anywhere. Like I can get my degree, I can do what I need to do, and then I can groove, you know. But like I need to focus on what I need to get done. Otherwise, I'm never gonna get it done. If I am so all up in like, oh, okay, I need to do this, but I can't miss this, you're gonna miss everything. You're gonna miss everything. You're gonna miss your blessing. You're gonna miss your breakthrough. You're gonna miss your money. You're gonna miss your money. For what? Don't do that to yourself. And then next point is that be kind. It's worth it. Trust me. I feel like there is no need for us to be mean to each other. There's just no need. You do not know what people are going through. That is the first thing. That is the first reason why I feel like we need to be kind to each other. You do not know what somebody else is going through, and you might just be the person that kills them. Don't be a murderer. Hey, don't be a murderer. So that's the first thing. Like, be kind. Like, okay? And then I feel like the second thing is that being kind is a good thing because that's what you want to receive back. Nobody wants somebody to be an ass. You want people to be kind to you. You want people, you don't need people to accept you. You don't need people to love you, but like they don't need to be mean to you. They don't need to be rude. And the only way that they can do that is just for you to be kind first. Do it first. Take initiative. Lead the way. The moment you do that, it will be very easy for other people to reciprocate and people to follow. So that's just how I feel. I feel like be kind. It is worth it. Like, next thing is that learn how to be alone and learn how to enjoy your alone time. Yeah, learn how to be alone. You're gonna be alone a lot in your life as you grow. So I feel like people need to learn how to be on your own. You can't be with people all the time. You need to know what makes you happy. You need to spend time with yourself so that you can understand yourself, so that you can take care of yourself, so that you can love yourself and everything. I feel like when you're always surrounded by people, you're always catering to other people's needs. When do you cater to yourself? So learn how to be alone and how you're going to enjoy your alone time. Like if your alone time is like doing self-care nights, that's a good thing. If your alone time is like taking prayer walks or just taking walks in general, that's okay. If your alone time is like solo dates, if your alone time is praying, whatever your alone time is, make sure that you have that time alone. Make sure you have time with yourself. Cater to you. Cater to you, baby. And then the next thing is that I feel like do not underestimate the power of a good playlist. The reason I'm saying do not underestimate the power of a good playlist, guys, a good playlist can change everything. Like, you could be in the worst mood, put on a good playlist. It could change everything. It could better your mood. You could, like, be discouraged or whatever, have a good playlist and it gets the ball rolling. You could be like tired and you know you need to get something done, and that could be the energy that you need. And a good playlist, I'm not talking about playlist like it has to be like music, like it could be podcasts too, like a good, like, is it called a podcast list or whatever? And like, obviously, Unlock the Code podcast by CP Matavata is there in that podcast list. And like, even if it's like a YouTube thing, obviously, you know, CP Matavata, you know, that channel is there. Okay, if it's an Instagram and a TikTok, I'm not gonna say too much, but you know, she's there. Do you understand what I'm saying? But like, have a good playlist. Have a playlist for, you know them, the people that I've realized understand the importance and significance of a playlist is people who have a playlist for everything. Good mood, bad mood, sad mood, high mood, everything mood, like gospel, what. They have order. They have alignment. They know what is needed at the right time, at what time. They know what they need to hear at what moments. So yeah, that is another thing. Okay. Next thing is that failure is okay. It is just an opportunity to learn. We're gonna fail. We're not gonna win all the time. You must ask forex traders. I'm not top up and so NF YP whatever. If I the other day, but that doesn't stop them. Like, it really doesn't stop them. They just keep going. Look at YouTubers who've been doing YouTube for 7 years and only hit their first 100K or their first like 10K after like those 7 years. Like, you fail at a lot of things in life, but if you allow that failure to define you, if you allow that failure to condemn you, if you live in that, okay, I can't do this, I failed at it, you're not gonna learn anything, you're not gonna grow. Failure is just an opportunity to learn and to better yourself. That's just how I feel, And then point number 19 is that dreams require sacrifice. I feel like if you want to get to where you need to get to, you need to be willing to sacrifice anything to get to where you need to be. If you know your purpose, if you know your goals, if you know what you need to achieve in record time, where and how, you need to be willing to sacrifice everything to get there. Whether it means sacrificing friends, whether it means sacrificing your relationship with your romantic relationship. Nothing is with sacrificing your relationship with God, but like whatever it is that you need to sacrifice to get to where you need to get to, sacrifice it. It's gonna be worth it in the end. So yeah, point number 20 is that your most valuable asset is your health. It is so important to know your status of everything, to know that you are healthy, to know that you're well, to know that you're not walking around here infecting and killing other kids. I'm joking, but health is your most valuable asset. It is a good thing to know that you're healthy. It is a good thing to know that I need to work on this, I need to improve this. Like, I suffered from a condition for a very long time, and I just never knew what was wrong with it. And then I went one day and I got all these tests done, and then I found out, things are leaking in my body, like honestly this, honestly that. Like, your health is important. It is a very valuable asset. Your body, your temple, very, very important asset. So everyone is celebrate yourself. Nobody knows how hard it is to be you or what it takes to get to where you are or to be who you are. Celebrate yourself. Every once in a while, spoil yourself. You know what you've been through, you know what you're going through. Pat yourself on the shoulder, congratulate yourself, celebrate every single milestone. Your achievement, it's just as worth celebrating as everybody else's. So if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you leave a like, comment down below so you get anything you want, turn on the bell so you can receive a notification every time I post, and share the link with your friends so you can have them subscribing as well. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the love and support that I've been getting so far. Until the next time, bye.